Oh shit. It's not capturing anything. There you go. That's better. I decided that I'm not going to play music anymore because more people will probably want to watch if they can listen to their own music in the background. Oh wait, my microphone is fucked on here, I've realized. Is it? Or hold on, I need to check my filters. Yeah, there's like the noise gate needs to be way lower because sometimes I don't talk that loud. Okay, I'm gonna see if that works better. I lowered it. Oh, that didn't work. I think it's could it be the problem be? See, notice how it's like cutting out while I'm talking? Would that be limiter? Would that be the limiter? Is that the problem? Okay, and if I'm talking right now, see, it's cutting me off. Why is it cutting me off? You fucker. How about we remove the limiter altogether? What about now? Do you like that? Okay, if I just do a blanket statement here, is it picking everything up here? No, it's still doing it. You hear that? Okay. So if it's not the limiter, maybe it's noise suppression. I remove that. Okay, and now if I say a blanket statement here, oh, that seemed to work. I think that worked. I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Fuck you, noise suppression. Okay, that works for me. I'm fine with that. Okay, well that there was a lot of cutting off there. Here's me hoping that that will work better. Okay, so I'm going to be real with everyone. First of all, I'm going to mute myself so that I can't hear myself and everything that I say. I don't know what I'm going to work on today. Also, huge apologies to anyone watching this as a VOD. Ew, did I just say that? Fucking nasty.
Small streamer.
No, but apologies for sitting around here and fucking with my microphone. I don't care. I don't know what to work on today. So I'll take suggestions for anyone who something to probably post that I'm streaming on my Discord. I think I may do some environmental stuff. I have this arm here still that I might rig a little better and finish up the texture for it. But I've got a tree to work on, a few other things. This guy's texture is, still really work in progress, obviously. So maybe I'll work on finishing this guy up. Just getting all the barnacles on his arm finished. And I can move on with it because then I can start working on the body, getting the body a little better textured. And you know what? I probably did not need to start on working on these barnacles right now, but I did. I did choose to do that. So if you'd rather watch something besides some guy drawing barnacles on a big whale guy, speak up. Because I really don't feel like doing it either. Hey there. Hey, would you rather watch me do something else? I kind of don't feel like texturing this. I'll texture, I'll make something. Not like a big project. Don't tell me to like model a fan character or something. But if you're like, I'd really like to see foliage or something like that, then I'd do that. If you said I'd really like to see, I could really go for a water texture right now. I'd be clapping my feet together. I'd be leaning back in my chair and clapping my feet together. Uh, I'd totally go for making a water texture. I've never done that before. But alas, I don't have anyone asking me to do that, so I'm bound. I can't do it. Imagine being the guy walking in here because I just gained 3 viewers, and this is your first time clicking on me, and your only introduction to me at this point is me saying that I would clap my feet together. That's great. Why is this guy drawing little white donuts on this big arm? Okay, and that ought to do it for his little problem. Gosh, I don't want to have to texture all these. It's gonna be a huge pain in the butt. Whatever. It's gonna have to get done eventually, right? Oh yeah, I remembered. It's kind of hard to tell with some of these gray colors because this is such a desaturated blue. So this is gonna be like a bright neon green. I know that that's a bad color. I'm okay with it. It's just a very obnoxious bright green so that I know that it's not the color it's supposed to be. Where is all? Where is this? Oh, I should have gotten an energy drink. I was contemplating getting one. Didn't. I'm sad that I didn't. I'm gonna actually make this a darker tone. Work on. Actually, I guess it would be smart to make all these not the brightest and have a brighter color and just make highlights, right? Seems smart. I'm smart. Right, guys? Yeah, of course. Of course, Race Wizard, you're so smart. You're not an insane guy babbling to himself in a YouTube live stream while making whatever the fuck this is. Excuse my language, how improper of me. Think someone's gonna get tripop phobia from this? Probably. I feel like that shit would be kind of itchy. I'm not sold on the color of it though. I mean, not this. The kind of pinkish thing that I have going on here. This stuff. Excuse me. Okay. Wait, did I ever not do the primary or the highlights here on this side? Let's see here. Light is this way. And I'm not ready to convert the colors yet. I still got a couple more shades to go through. I'd like to pitch an idea for a new product. It's called Evil Blockbench. Pretty unique idea. Okay, I think I'm finally free. Now, what I'll do Oh shit, I didn't do enough colors. Fuck! Wait, did I? No, I did enough colors. I think I duped one. Did I? I fucking didn't do enough colors, man. I think that's fine though. I mean, like I can just kind of. There you go. Suddenly, there's all the colors. Oh, there you go. Hope you like tripop phobia or whatever. Okay, now that this guy's here, I can start putting shadows on all these. I can get on to doing some actual modeling that I'd like to be doing. And yes, I did save this model as two distinct textures, one with and one without this junk on him. Okay, there's that. I'm still hesitant to texture the hands because I don't know exactly what they're going to look like on this guy. I do like how he looks right now, though. I'm holding off on it. I'm going to hold off on it. And I think I'll get started on the torso. Okay, what texture has the stuff on it? Hello, nice creature design. Thank you. He's a bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, well, that had some stuff on it. I want to keep that texture. I think everything here down is still being used. Just going to group all that together. And I can import this arm. I'm just going to move this here. Put that in the actual left arm. This. Go. And I'll just do the same thing with the forearm. Okay, great. There, so now got everything we want. He looks splendid so far. I'll give him his healthy arm on this side. because I did all that texturing and I don't want it to be covered up by all the gross stuff. Is that facing the right way? I feel like, yeah, it is. Okay. There we go. Oh, he looks so happy. So cute. Now, the real question is, what part of him do I tackle now? I've been thinking about changing up his little goggles here because I kind of want to give him a kind of butt head here that transfers into these big lobes. You know, so if I make his whole head this color, is it already that color? It's already that color. He is kind of a diver guy. Very out of place where he is. In the actual game. I take off his goggles for a second. I gotta come up with what I want the shape of his eyes to be. Because I do like the big eyes, but I don't want him to just be a square there. I do like the size of the goggles on him, though. I think it's enough to make him very identifiable from the front. Do kind of want him to have these buggy eyes. Maybe I'll experiment with him. Having this kind of big lobe on his head. Eyes being further down. Get that kind of almond shape. A little bit more of an almond shape. Not super much show where he looks like he kind of has narrowed eyes. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Huh. Maybe he's just better off having these great big eyes. I think I definitely want to give him eyelids. Maybe I don't even make it slanted downwards. I feel like giving him like angry eyelids is like almost unnecessary, you know? Because he's very clearly already very aggressive and hostile looking. I just feel like giving him downward slanted eyebrows is like, it's kind of like pointless, really. Like, yeah, he's fucking big and aggressive looking. Duh. The fuck are you? Excuse my language. My goodness. What are you expecting from him, right? That's true, yeah. I might even want to give him more lidded eyes. Because it is a bit of his character, actually. That he just kind of doesn't want to fucking be here. My goodness, I keep swearing. I need to calm down. I'm way too into it. The professional setting. It does seem pretty tense right now. I will keep this though. I'll actually flip over and do the other eyelid. That's too low. I want it to be words. Probably comes in. Now it looks high. That might be what we're looking for. There we go. I think that did it. Hey, good work, pal. So now the question is, what is this guy's eye color really going to be? Do I want to have one right here? That would work in our favor. You know, I might as well try to make this look remotely like the correct color I want it to be. We'll have a highlight here, I guess. How do shiny things work? I don't know. Oh man, I took a reference picture of something a while back. Where is that? I took a screenshot of a really good. Someone had made a big yellow eye for something. In the Blockbench Discord. Was it? Did I save that somewhere? Oh, whatever. I gotta figure this out. Now the dark colors, the darkest colors go besides brightest colors, but where do the medium colors go? I feel like this almost should go into purples, don't you think? Like I want to make the eye a little more orange, a little darker. Like that's the brightest color. Have the next darkest one be there. Darkest one be that kind of pink. Get in here a little bit and start bringing it back a little bit. Too dark. Gonna get way into pink for this highlight here. No. I think I'm on to something though. I think there's something here. Or a little brighter, a little more yellow. Maybe not so much yellow. That's just kind of like skin color almost. You could light catching yellowy orange. That's a good color. I'd like to stay there. Dig into that red hue a little bit more. About here is where we're going to have our minimum saturation. I don't know if we can flip over into the high hue values yet, but I'll push it. And here we can go all the way into the purple. I think I went into high hue too quickly. I think this one still needs to be like up here. And this one just touches that high hue. Don't need that dark of a color right there. Don't feel like that's necessary to get that dark. I almost feel like it should be darker over here than it is over here, you know? It really doesn't need to get any darker than this. Over here it could get darker. I think that'll do us in. I almost wonder if I don't want to give him this kind of aggressive looking face. And if it's that capped, you can hardly see it anyways. All right, well, no one's watching, so I'm going to go get some water. Dying out here, people. Love me some room temperature water. And I'm not texturing this shit yet. I don't want to figure out how to do glass. I am going to have to make a new group here, which has a mesh and it's cuboid. Will be the pupils. But race wizard. Pupils should just be two little shapes. I say should. But if I keep it as one mesh, then anytime I select the pupils, it'll select both of them. So it'll make my life easier. I think I'll make him bulge out just a little bit. It's easier to see where he's looking. Just create a quick texture for that. Why the fuck are you doing that? Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Sure. Go ahead. Take up that much of my UV. See if I care. Huge ass texture anyways. Ruin my entire UV. Do whatever you want. Yes, I want mirror painting on. Here you go. There's that dumb shit. Oh, look at that. You see that? I hope we don't have that problem when it's in game. Who put a speck of dust on this thing? Oh gosh, now it's going to be like that. I don't feel like messing with the opacity. Whatever. Go, he's looking pretty good. Okay. Oh my. What happened to his belly? So the next big problem that needs to be tackled is what do we do about the torso? More specifically, what is this guy even wearing? Because I kind of have him wearing this kind of like bodysuit, like he's out here doing yoga or something. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of the thing you'd do if you were like on a rowing team, you know? But I don't know sure how I feel about that. If he's down, pose him. There you go. He's aura farming pretty hard. Hmm. Feel like, and I'm just going to that. I don't know if his torso should be wider, but I feel like he should have not like shoulder pads, but just like flared up fabric around the back of his arms. Who's a SpongeBob. Great. He still looks so angry. I don't think he needs to look hateful. Kind of just seems petty at that point, you know? It's like it's not that many pixels, but a lot of emotion is conveyed through the eyes. So I want to be careful to. Like maybe I even go up higher, you know, or make him. I think that'll do it for us. I think that's what I wanted. Doesn't look too aggressive. And I'd been thinking about giving him some wicked cheekbones. And that'll work. These down here were supposed to be his ears, but I don't know about that anymore. I don't know if he's got ears at all, or the problem is that it just is clipping into his collar anytime that he does any form of movement whatsoever. So I just think I'm going to scrap the ears. Maybe give him little pegs, little pinholes somewhere. Some little pinhole right there. Those will be his ears. There you go. There's his ear. Hearing is not really a priority when you have a fucking excuse my language, when you have a gigantic cannon on your back. There's a way to like overlap these two. She would let me do stuff. I guess what I'm going to have to do then is make a loop cut. Direction B. There. Conduct another loop cut. There. Have this thing, have this have a loop cut. There. Have a loop cut. Oh, ooh. Why does it skip over? That's not good. Is it because this is... Huh. That's right. Now, if all went well, I should be able to take this and create a new... If all went well, I should be able to take this... Hello? No, I need this texture. Okay, here's what I think the problem was. I did this... I need to create a texture first. Then I do this merge. Convert to meshes. Maybe if I... Can I Boolean these right now? Nope. No, because the Boolean doesn't really work. It does shit like that. It doesn't have very smart Boolean. Okay, and smart this time, and I'm gonna remove all the shit now before I clank these two things together. Merge vertices. And I'm going to take the whole thing, and now I'm going to create a texture. And we were able to preserve what we wanted. Now I need to make sure that when I paint this surface here, that remains preserved when I update this texture. Okay, great. Now all I have to do is start texturing and regret this shape and then have to do it all again in 5 minutes. And then the plan will really be complete. God, he is one stupid looking motherfucker. And look at me again. I just cannot keep my mouth shut today. I'm deeply sorry about that. I think after I get this head textured, he's really gonna start coming together. I mean, I'm gonna have to do the biggest texturing problem for me is gonna be the torso because that's a lot of fabric work. But that's good because that's also a lot of fabric practice, which I need desperately. The hands and feet are gonna be a problem just because they're so that's a lot of surface area, and then it's hard to make fingers look right, you know? Head, full head. I think I'll drop. Just gonna make a whole new texture just for the head. I'll even put it in its own group. Talk about this is going to be quite the hassle. Better avoid that right. And I'm just going to come in and say, doing a split down the middle is penetrating all the way up to the front here. What the fuck is, did you see that? Oh, it's because this is intersecting. Dumbass. Okay, well, I could make that it's a big complicated mesh, but I really don't feel like doing that. And then once again, I'm going to have to make a new texture. I bet the project file size on this is huge. I wonder how long I've been working on this model. I'm kind of scared to open up the activity tracker. Oh, wow, look at all that. I mean, Steve from Minecraft is 30 pixels tall. So this length alone, because I'm using 32-bit pixel density, is Steve height. So this guy is big. Sheesh. How am I going to get through this? Well, I'll tell you what I'll start with. Looks cool though. Yeah, I think he looks pretty cool. His head's on right. I'm gonna get started on these big, nasty lobes that he's got here. I'm going to really quickly just lower the standard color size of this to that. And be on mirror painting the whole time. Here's his big, great big swollen up sinuses on the top of his head. What happened to this being mirror painting? Hello? It's okay. I guess we'll just manually copy and paste it over. That's good. It's fine. That. Thank you, Janice. You and like 3 other people are actually good at Blockbench. I wish there were more resources for learning how to use it. Who are the other 3 people? I'd like to know. Also, thank you. It's probably Art Dan Pauly is probably one of them. Is that guy's name? Am I mixing that guy up with someone else? I think I'm subscribed to him. Who is he? I always recommend him. Yeah, Art Dan Paul, POL 3D. He does mesh stuff, and he's very good at it. I don't know. I just wish I was able to take more art in school, you know? I'd be able to do that. I feel like I could really start to get good. You haven't seen him yet? You absolutely should. Definitely does better tutorials than I do. I kind of half-ass all my tutorials. I just kind of do a time lapse. And here you go, guys. Maybe you'll learn something from that. Probably not. Not even art school, just like taking an art class. That'd be valuable for me. I'm trying to think, what part of the head is this? I guess these are kind of the dark temples back here. This would be a dark point. Which I guess would translate all the way down to here. You draw with vertices. People keep asking that. I don't understand how people don't know about this. I'll do it for you right now. Like I made this guy recently. Look, oh, whoa, little guy. Ignore him. It just needed to go somewhere with a mesh. If I create a mesh and I create a plane, go here. Here's my plane. Go facing north. Select a vertice, Shift E, extend 0, go up. There you go. You don't have to extend it outwards or at all. Plus Y. There you go. You're painting with a vertice now. You just Shift E repeatedly. And then when you want to convert these to a shape, you just Shift click, Shift F, Shift click, Shift click, Shift F, Shift click, click, Shift click, Shift F. There you go. You get the point, right? You like this little guy? I made him sad too. Because we can't have nice things. No problem. You share that with other people, okay? Because no one else seems to know about it. Anyone else have a thing where you just really get obsessed with one specific sequence of songs all at the same time? Like I am freaking out over the Unreal soundtrack, and I have been for like maybe a month now. But it's been picking up. I'd say I listen to the Unreal soundtrack for like an hour every day. Like it's getting bad. Freaky music, you gotta turn on the Unreal soundtrack. You know what? I might even turn on my audio again. I know I said I wasn't gonna do it. Now, how do I go about this guy's fucking head? This is kind of his neck here already. Because this down here is the end of his jaw. Although I guess this would be his jaw too, wouldn't it? I guess that's where his... Freaky, I'd recommend a couple soundtracks for you. It's definitely the Unreal soundtrack. Unreal is a game series, but I really find that Unreal Tournament, the original one, has like that's where the really good stuff is. The rest is just kind of them trying to recreate the same magic, and they weren't really able to do it as well. And then anything by Michael Bross, anything by the composer Michael Bross. That is a guy who knew what he was doing. Wacky Blocks. I feel like I've heard of that. Oh, yeah. Wait, he has a YouTube channel? I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. Oh, well, yeah, but he hasn't uploaded anything in...
We've got passion, we've got...
so long. I should follow him on Twitter, I oughta. Although, again, he also hasn't posted anything in years. Very good. My gosh, you hear that? Holy cow. That is good. The Half-Life soundtrack's good too. Yeah, no complaints about Half-Life. Should I put on the Half-Life soundtrack? Half-Life 1 or 2? I really like the Half-Life, what's it called? Yeah, but I go on to I don't know what this website's called, the Kinsider. I go on there so that I don't get ads. go in order. I like the what's it called? Half-Life Decay theme. Yeah, the Half-Life is Half-Life Decay. Come on. I'm very worried that I'm going to click on one of these videos and it's not going to be right. This one. I like this for some reason. It's not part of the normal Half-Life soundtrack. Okay, enough of that. I'll play the actual soundtrack and I can get back to work. Am I using a mouse or I really ought to be using a mouse for a tablet for this, but I'm using a mouse right now. I do have a tablet, which no emphasis that you need a tablet to do this because I haven't used a tablet for the entirety of this model, but I do have a tablet. Not that I went ahead and bought a tablet. I like got one secondhand for dirt cheap. But I'd say it's come in handy. Come in plenty handy. I'm sure someone who like actually knows about art and has an art background, you get a lot of use out of one. Yeah, there's a lot of high school kids who had a tablet and probably want to get rid of theirs because they don't really do art anymore that you can find on Facebook Marketplace or some shit. Where even is his head? See, that's looking pretty good, I think. I mean, that's what I did. I'd say go searching for something on Facebook Marketplace, buddy. I think I got mine for like 15 bucks. And no one said anything about it having to be a good one, okay? Yeah, fungus. He's got barnacles, dude. I think I might change the color of them. Yeah, dude, I am running off of a $0 budget. Okay, this one's a little loud. The only thing I have ever spent has been the $15 for the tablet, like $20 for a sketchbook, which I don't. I kind of didn't even use that. I haven't used that really. I got Procreate on my iPad, which I needed the iPad for my work anyways. Like my actual job. And then what else? Yeah, I think that was. Oh, I bought a Sprite on Steam. I didn't need it, but I wanted it. Gosh, I cannot see colors, man. I gotta change these to red. I'm red-green colorblind, like severely red-green colorblind, so anytime I'm dealing with any shades of red or something, I like cannot tell the difference between any of them. See, and what is this color here? Where are you coming from? That straight up does not appear on that face. That's crazy. What is this? What is this? Honestly, it being bright red like that is kind of cool, but maybe I will make it a more like distinct color so it stands out. Although I kind of don't want it to stand out too much. To just kind of look like it's part of him. Okay, well that's definitely too big of a color gradient. You like the rusty orange that I had before? Maybe I ought to just kind of refine that color. Yeah. This is the color that I'll run with for a while. It's kind of just brown though. Color gradient is too strong again. Or value gradient is too strong. I gotta work on that. They should all kind of be pretty similar values. really dip into it down here at the bottom. Huh. That's an interesting color. I think I want it to be slightly darker all the way through. A little more saturated all the way through. Yeah, kind of mushroomy. What color are actual barnacles? It's kind of like a white gray. Which isn't really going to work on this guy. Oh, well, that definitely reads more as barnacle in my opinion. I think I'll keep it at that color right now. I've got this color as a backup still. I should. Although I kind of don't want to go over the top with the whole nautical thing here, because it is not a nautical game. Ugh. I don't know how to respond to what that guy just said. I don't have the parenting skills. Maybe I should play Half-Life again. I did really enjoy playing Half-Life. Dare I say, I enjoyed playing Half-Life 1 more than I enjoyed playing Half-Life 2. I do dare say that, as I enjoyed playing Half-Life 2 more than I enjoyed playing Half-Life 1. Yeah, I think if you put something down for 15 years, it's worth a revisit. Am I mirror texturing? I am mirror texturing. It's not doing anything though. I know full well when I turn over to that other side, it's not going to have mirror textured. I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see that. And I'm going to pretend like I don't see this shitty goggle here. And I'm going to pretend like I don't see this. Can someone explain to me what the actual fuck I'm looking at right now? Oh man, I love Blockbench so much. I really love Blockbench. It really knows how to auto UV wrap. Why can't it understand 90-degree angles? Oh my gosh. Okay, now I gotta count fucking pixels here to figure out which one of these is wrong. Hopefully it's this one. I pray it's this one. Okay, so this has a size 10 by 8.5, so it should be 20. By 17. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so this is bad. I hate this guy. That is what our texture should. Yeah, you can chalk it up to Blockbench not really being the best program ever. Oh, and I just do not like how this looks. So I think I'm gonna do that and act like everything. Okay, I do need to figure this out like right now because I'm texturing right here. Do I make it square? Do I make him have square goggles? Do I embrace the cube? Then I'd just lower that. You just think I need a highlight color? I think I need a highlight color. Maybe not that bright. Not that dark. And maybe not that pixel pattern. Is this kind of what you were thinking about? I agree with that. I think that's what we want. Oh, this guy's gonna look gnarly. And I think I want to change the color of these barnacles back. I think they're too bright. Too bright, too saturated. I like the hue that they're at. Yeah, that's too gray. I don't know. I'm still working on them. I got 8 people watching. That's. I think even for now, I might take his arm. Put on the. Maybe darken values. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what the fuck did I just do? What did I fuck up? It's so over, guys. Alright, I know what I did. Except all these fucking things are... Okay, now we've got a problem. Where do these textures belong to? These are from... What texture is this? They're from there. Okay. Huge tangent. No, that's the wrong texture. How come when I put it on here, it doesn't do anything? Man. No, I know what the problem is. I just... I'm annoyed with myself that I gotta go through this all. I'm missing anything? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now... I'm going to make a new texture. Everything here. Call it Barnacle Arm. Put it in the Barnacle Arm group. There you go. Oh. This is what 5 hours into a model looks like. 5.5 hours into a model. Okay, I guess we are making a whole texture for the whole thing. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna select everything in the body. You know what the fuck ever. We're making a texture for the whole thing. Whatever. Okay. Let's try that again. Create a texture for the whole model. Have I got to write Janice an email? Am I writing Janice an email tonight? I don't think so. I'm going to try to close Blockbench. Or close that project and open it. I'm really gonna act like what I'm looking at right now is not on my screen. Oh my. Dude. How does it get corrupted this bad? Okay. We're going to view my backup folder. When was the last backup made? 1 minute ago, allegedly. Okay. See the most recent backup before that. Okay. This is safety. We will be saving this project now. And that, everyone, is why you enable the backups on your Blockbench. So I am going to take the texture that has his head, everyone this is. I did edit it a little bit still. Where is that? Right. I'm going to paste that into here. Come on, let me paste it. There's too many textures, I can't. Go. And select that face. It'll update. Okay, great. So this should be everything that we need. I'm going to save the project. I'm actually going to save this as and save a backup of it. Just, on the account that I am now incredibly worried about how this is going to go. And I am, again, although all these should be limited to this. So I can now try to make this look a little better. Well, I have a smile on my face because the crisis has been averted. I was really, really worried there. That does not happen to me very often, but it does still happen. If you're new to Blockbench, it can look like, oh, it's so scary. Blockbench, there's a lot to Blockbench. There is not a lot to Blockbench. Like Blockbench barely works at all. Like this is an I was gonna say F tier software. It really isn't, but this software needs some serious work. Yeah, I just think Janice needs more folks working with him. Like, I'm not gonna say Janice is a bad dev. Like, he isn't. He's doing a great job. Not like my loogie ass could do any better. But like when stuff like that happens, not good. Really not good. What's my opinion on Blender? I have tried to get into Blender a few times. It just has so much stuff that I don't want to learn. So here's the thing. I have an interest in learning art. I have had an interest in learning art. I don't have an interest in learning models of higher fidelity than this. And so I don't have enough motivation to break into something as huge as Blender. Like, I could either spend months and months learning how to use Blender and then I wouldn't really care about Blender all that much, or I could use that time much better to like learn how to draw better, which I would much prefer to learning Blender. Yeah, the only reason I'd really feel inclined to learn Blender is if I was like pretty sure I was going to get a career in art, which I'm not. I have no interest in getting a career in art. Um, but if I did, then I would be more interested in it for sure. This is going to be quite a weird shape to tackle. Yeah, I've done some low poly stuff in Blender just as like tests, but I've never really been impressed what I've been able to do. It's just Blockbench could be such an amazing low poly software. Like, I think the way it handles mesh modeling right now is good. I think the way it handles armature is fine. All it needs is inverse kinematics that like actually works. If it has that, then I think a lot of indie game developers would just flock to it. And if I knew that Janus was doing it, I wouldn't lie. If Janus was like, I'm thinking about doing this, I would immediately donate like $200, $300, which I don't have a lot of money. That's a lot of money to me. I would immediately give him a substantial amount of money as a donation. But since I started using Blockbench like 5 years ago, he's done basically nothing of substance to the software. At least to me. Like, if you're a Minecraft guy, like if you're doing this for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, then yeah, you're getting a lot of attention. But like, I don't want to use the software for that, and Janice doesn't want to use the software for that either. If you look at what Janice does, because Janice uses the software. I go to Janice's posts here. Oh, I can't check stuff from Janice because I have OBS open and Discord has this like streaming prevention thing. How do I turn that shit off? Mode. Turn that junk off. From Janice. You look at the images that he's posted. The only stuff that he really makes is mesh stuff. Like, if you look at his last thing, he did Blockbench Tober. Every single thing was a mesh, and he's good at it. I mean, obviously, he made the software. He knows what he's doing. So it makes me kind of mad when he clearly likes Blockbench as a low poly software and not just a voxel based software. And he puts basically zero attention towards making Blockbench as a resource for indie game artists, and instead is just, a content farm for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Go to, where is it? Community news? Where is it? Where's updates? What the heck? Where's updates? I swear there's an updates channel. Oh, is it in Blockbench News? Yeah. Yeah, a good majority of users are Minecraft kids, right? But who's donating to the software? It's something about Minecraft, something about Minecraft. Vertex snap now works with null objects and locators. That's something. Fixes. All the people who are using Blockbench for higher fidelity stuff, you know, like people who are better than me, are using it for, you know, stuff that goes beyond Minecraft. Which was really the whole point of me wanting to make my own game in the first place. What do you mean, mom and dad? The game engine is Unity. Using Unity. Oh, yeah. Dude, mom and dad don't even fucking know that Blockbench exists. Janice, I swear to God, man. Janice, because I know Janice watches my videos. He's reached out to me before. If you're watching my stream right now, if you're one of the 9 people watching my stream right now, I will donate $300 the day that you announce that you're making an IK update. I don't know if that's a substantial amount of money to you. It is to me. I'm just letting you know that I would really appreciate it. I don't know what that little pattern there. Or if I like it. Oh, that's definitely not correctly. kinematic thing you're talking about, like clamping bone joints. So inverse kinematics exists in Blockbench. I have a video, like my most recent video is talking about it. Basically, when you have forwards kinematics, so say I have this model here. Forwards kinematics is taking, say, okay, I want the hand to be a little thing for you. If I want to do forwards kinematics, I'll say I need this hand to do a wave, right? So I need it here, and I want it to go around in a wave pattern. Around like this. Nope. Okay, well, you get the point. Forwards kinematics is taking one bone, moving down the line to this bone to pose, the forearm to pose, then the hand to pose, then the finger bone, and this bone. Okay, and that's really good for arcing motions. That's really good for, you know, when you're making a kick forward or when you like I said, when you're waving. But if I have a punch and I want it to go in a linear motion, that's a lot easier said than done. So you'd have an anchor point on the hand that would say, okay, well, the hand's here, and now I want it to be over here. But it would carry the arm and forearm with it, so it would, move over here like this. And that's especially useful for walk cycles where you can say, I'd like the foot to be on the floor, please. And it would know to do that. And instead, you have to do some really, really painful rigging, as you can see over here with all of the fucking rigging that I have to do. And then also some very tedious and difficult keyframes. So here are the legs of the keyframes. Yeah, I'll say forwards kinematics is rotating joints starting from the base down to the end, and inverse kinematics is moving a joint starting from the end back to the base. But like this shit, man. All the graph editing stuff that I gotta do. Not a good example. All this junk. Just for a 1.5 second walk cycle. It's too much work. Oh, we'll get good looking stuff out of it. Like, it's not impossible. So, the way to do it would be Blender. You'd import it to Blender, you'd re-rig the model. But then you have to learn Blender. And you can't learn just one thing in Blender, you know? If you want to do anything in Blender, you've got to learn everything. Because it's got major feature bloat. And it's made it impossible to get into. I mean, not literally impossible, but it's definitely made it rather difficult. And it's like, oh, just learn Blender. Well, if I'm gonna fucking learn Blender to animate, and Blender can do this stuff, why don't I just learn Blender and then just put away Blockbench and never open Blockbench again? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to learn Blender. I want to use Blockbench. I want to use a feature that Blockbench should have and should have really always had. Yeah, I use Blender sometimes for video editing. What the fuck? Blender for video editing? This is what I'm talking about. Blender for video editing? I didn't even know you could do that. The fuck? Blender for video editing? Oh yeah, let me just pick up Blender. My favorite video editing software. Get a fucking grip, people. Is this what we're doing with our lives now? Oh my gosh. Oh, brother. Okay. Why is that all on the same software? Why do I open it up and I can open a screen where I'm, you know, painting something in 2D, modeling and sculpting something in 3D, and editing a video all in the same software all at once? Why aren't they just like Adobe at this point and have multiple different softwares? It's to a point where it's genuinely a hindrance. Of course, I'm saying all this as someone who doesn't know Blender and as someone who is refraining from learning Blender. Yeah, exactly. Maybe next time I make a video, next like 1,000 years from now, I'll use Blender to edit it. It's not worth it. It's that bad, huh? Well, I mean, I don't even know what alphas are, so. Then again, I'm a little stupid. I don't know if you've caught on to that. Um, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I use Shotcut, which is like a shitty ass software. That's about all I can describe it as. Shitty. Oh. It is decent. I like it. I mean, I use it, right? Yeah, I never picked up Adobe because for the similar reasons. Okay, well, there he is. He's looking pretty good, guys. He's looking good. He's looking like a happy camper. Quite the happy camper indeed. They keep working. Gosh, there's 8 people watching. I feel like I should keep going. If I knew I was going to stream it, usually I only stream for an hour. I'm wiped out and then I go to bed. Yikes. Getting whipped into shape out here. You like his pink dress. He does not have a dress. This guy's got a skirt though. He's a little... Oh my goodness. Yes, I might be passing out here. been up for like a long time. Yeah, I think I gotta tap out here, or else I'm just not gonna make anything good. I feel like I'm at that point, you know. All right, folks. That was 3 hours of my life. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.